This is Windsor Castle. You're looking at live pictures there if you like horses, if you like parades, if you like pageantry, princesses. Yeah, it's all there. This is all happening. This is an historic state visit by President Trump and the First Lady. You can see them both standing right there next to King Charles and Queen Camilla at Windsor Castle. No modern U.S. leader has been invited for 2 state visits. This is the president's second. During his first administration, he was the guest of Queen Elizabeth II. Now he is the guest of King Charles. We've already seen a parade through the Windsor grounds with carriages transporting the president and the king, a second carriage with the Queen and the First Lady. Our Elena Treen is standing by not far from where all this is happening in Windsor right now. Elena, obviously, the UK government wanted to do this for the president. All of this pageantry has some political implications.
Oh, absolutely. And I think it's not lost on the UK, on the royals, that this is something that the president loves. In my conversations with people at the White House, John, the word that kept coming up in my conversations was that he's enamored by all of this. And if you even look back to his first term, I mean, the respect that he has for the royals has been kind of unwavering. And it really is a unique card that the royals, but also the Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, can play here, particularly ahead of some of the more political conversations that are going to be taking place in Chequers at the Prime Minister's country estate tomorrow. But this really is, I mean, the series of events that they have planned out are happening on even a grander scale than they have in the past, we're told by people here on the ground. We're seeing, more members of the Royal Guard, more pageantry than is typical. And then, of course, we know that the president loves that this is unprecedented for him to be involved in 2 state visits. I actually was looking back on when the Prime Minister was in the Oval Office earlier this year, and he kind of unsheathed the invitation for the president, said, this has never been done before. That goes a very long way with Trump, as we know.
Elena, thank you very much. Our Christiane Amanpour standing by as well, watching this ceremonial, Christiane. And King Charles, obviously he waited a long time to be king. He has issues that he cares deeply about. While it's not overtly political for him, one wonders whether he will take the opportunity to discuss them with President Trump.
You know, John, 100%. Even me, as I was musing about what might the British get out of this, because Trump obviously is getting a lot out of it. First and foremost, this unprecedented second state visit. And the fact that he's getting a pretty good break from the chaos and the poisons that we've been talking about over the last week and more at home, and also from some of the political upheaval here in the UK. But the king, who has extended this visit, because that's the protocol. The Prime Minister didn't. The King officially invited the President for a second state visit. He obviously cares a lot about so many of these issues that Trump is pushing aside and rolling back. First and foremost, of course, is the environment. The king was ahead of the curve when it was not fashionable to be environmentally conscious, and he has been, amping that up throughout his time in waiting, and now as king as well. His son and heir, the Prince of Wales, Prince William, has taken up that baton as well, and he will have a lot of time with President Trump. So is it a time when, if you want to, be cheeky a little bit, say, Mr. President, without you, we cannot fix this climate. Without the United States, we cannot keep our world in a state that we can all live in it. How about coming back into the Paris Climate Accord? Now, that is probably fantasy, probably more than likely, but you know that that is what they would want to propose, because not only is President Trump rolling back all the environmental protections that have been legislated and enacted in the United States federally, but he's also pressing countries like the UK and Europe to roll back their green agendas and to keep, digging for fossil fuels and probably buying American fossil fuels. So that's one thing. The other thing is, of course, the king is and has always been never publicly and never politically, because that's not his role as a constitutional monarch, but he's always been concerned about, the civil discourse, about helping the most needy. He has a foundation which does that, he and the Prince of Wales. So these are all issues that maybe will come up, if not at least to try to to smooth whatever rough edges there may still be between America under President Trump and the UK. The UK desperately needs investment, desperately needs a trade deal, and they're hoping to get the best they can out of that.
Christiane Amanpour standing by in Windsor as we watch the parade past the President, the First Lady, the King and Queen, everything almost out of central casting, including the gray weather over Windsor right now in the United Kingdom.